Welcome, Class 11 students, to an exciting journey into the fascinating world of biology. Today, we are diving deep into Chapter 19, Excretory Products and Their Elimination, specifically focusing on its disorders. We'll explore what happens when our body's waste disposal system goes wrong, from basic concepts to competitive insights. Get ready to learn across 4 levels: easy, medium, hard, and hardest, ensuring you're well prepared for any ET. Let's start our exploration with the basics. What are some common issues that can affect our body's waste removal system? It's simpler than you think. Our excretory system is vital for health. When it falters, disorders like uremia, renal calculi, and glomerulonephritis can occur. Uremia is the dangerous buildup of urea in your blood, a sign your kidneys aren't filtering properly. Think of it like a backed-up drain. Renal calculi, or kidney stones, are hard deposits often made of calcium oxalate, causing intense pain. And glomerulonephritis is an inflammation of the tiny filters in your kidneys, disrupting their ability to clean your blood. Each of these highlights just how crucial healthy kidneys are. To recap, uremia means waste piling up in your blood because kidneys are failing. Renal calculi are those painful stones forming inside your kidneys. And glomerulonephritis is when the kidneys' filtering units get inflamed, hindering their function. Recognizing these basic conditions helps us appreciate the complexity of our body's internal environment and the importance of timely medical attention to restore balance and prevent further complications. Now, let's test your understanding of these basic disorders. Take a moment to answer these 3 questions based on what we've just discussed. Think carefully about the definitions and key points for each condition. Good luck! Ready to go a bit deeper? Let's unravel the causes, symptoms, and initial treatments of these excretory disorders. We'll explore how these conditions manifest and what steps are taken to address them. Uremia, a critical condition, stems from a significant drop in your kidney's filtration rate. This can be due to long-term kidney disease, sudden kidney injury, or even a blocked urinary tract. Patients often feel tired, nauseous, and confused, clearly indicating the toxic buildup. For kidney stones, known as renal calculi, they form when certain substances in urine crystallize. Calcium oxalate stones are the most common, causing severe pain. Factors like dehydration, diet, and even genetics can play a role in their formation. Understanding these aspects helps in both prevention and treatment strategies. Glomerulonephritis, the inflammation of kidney filters, can be acute or chronic. It often involves an autoimmune attack where your body's immune system mistakenly targets kidney tissue, or it can follow infections. This inflammation directly impairs the kidney's ability to filter blood. We also differentiate between acute renal failure, a sudden and potentially reversible loss of function, and chronic renal failure, a gradual and often irreversible decline. For severe kidney failure, dialysis, either hemodialysis or peritoneal dialysis, acts as an artificial kidney, filtering waste from the blood. So, uremia is the dangerous accumulation of toxins due to impaired filtration. Renal calculi are crystalline formations often linked to diet and hydration. Glomerulonephritis signifies inflammation of the kidneys' filtering units, impacting their efficiency. And when kidneys fail, dialysis steps in as a life-saving intervention. These conditions highlight the kidney's intricate role in maintaining our body's internal balance and the various ways this balance can be disrupted, requiring medical intervention. Time to challenge your knowledge further. Here are 5 practice questions designed to assess your understanding of the causes, symptoms, and basic treatments of excretory disorders. Read each question carefully and choose the best answer. This will help solidify your grasp on the medium-level concepts. Now, let's elevate our understanding. We'll analyze the complex mechanisms, advanced diagnostics, and diverse treatment approaches for excretory disorders. Uremia is more than just urea buildup. It's a syndrome with systemic effects, causing issues like heart inflammation, brain dysfunction, nerve damage, and anemia, all due to accumulated uremic toxins and reduced GFR. For kidney stones, while symptoms suggest them, a CT scan is the gold standard for precise diagnosis, revealing stone size, location, and composition crucial for treatment planning. Urine analysis also helps identify crystal types and infections. These detailed diagnostics are key to effective management. Glomerulonephritis isn't a single disease, it's a category. It can be primary, originating in the kidney, or secondary, as part of systemic diseases like lupus. Different types, such as IgA nephropathy or rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis, involve specific immune complex depositions or direct antibody attacks on the kidney's filtering membranes. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is staged based on GFR, from mild kidney damage to end-stage renal disease. Each stage demands specific management, from monitoring to dialysis or transplantation. When kidneys reach end-stage renal disease, the main treatment options are dialysis or a kidney transplant. Dialysis, though life-sustaining, is not a cure. Transplantation offers better quality of life and survival, but it comes with the need for a compatible donor and lifelong immunosuppression to prevent rejection. Ultimately, all these disorders severely disrupt the body's homeostasis, affecting fluid balance, electrolytes, acid-base balance, and even hormone production, emphasizing the kidney's central role in maintaining overall health. It's time for some advanced practice. Here are 7 questions that will challenge your analytical skills and understanding of the deeper aspects of excretory disorders. Apply your knowledge of pathophysiology, diagnostics, and treatment options. Take your time, think critically, and select the most accurate responses. Alright, future medical professionals, prepare to delve into the most intricate details. We are now moving into the hardest level, where we'll explore competitive depth, engineering insights, and cutting-edge advancements in excretory disorders. Hemodialysis, a cornerstone of renal replacement therapy, operates on sophisticated engineering principles. Blood flows through a dialyzer, an artificial kidney, where it's exposed to a semi-permeable membrane. On the other side, dialysate, a precisely formulated fluid, flows in the opposite direction, a countercurrent system. This maximizes the diffusion of waste products like urea and creatinine from the blood into the dialysate, while retaining essential substances. Achieving efficient waste removal relies heavily on the membrane's pore size, the flow rates of blood and dialysate, and the specific composition of the dialysate itself. Vascular access, often an arteriovenous fistula created surgically, is crucial for obtaining the high blood flow rates needed for effective dialysis. Peritoneal dialysis, an alternative to hemodialysis, cleverly utilizes the patient's own peritoneal membrane, the lining of the abdominal cavity, as a natural filter. Dialysate is introduced into this cavity, and over a dwell time, waste products and excess fluid from the surrounding blood vessels diffuse across the peritoneal membrane into the dialysate. This process can be performed manually by the patient multiple times a day, known as continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, or automatically overnight using a machine called automated peritoneal dialysis. While offering greater flexibility and independence, the efficiency of peritoneal dialysis can be influenced by the properties of the peritoneal membrane and the dialysate composition, and it carries risks like peritonitis. Kidney transplantation offers the best long-term outcome for end-stage renal disease. However, it's a complex immunological challenge. The recipient's immune system must be prevented from attacking the donor kidney, a process known as rejection. This involves rigorous human leukocyte antigen, or HLA, matching and lifelong immunosuppressive drugs like calcineurin inhibitors, which suppress the immune response. Despite these measures, rejection can still occur, ranging from hyperacute, immediately post-OP, to acute, weeks to months, and chronic, gradual, over years. Beyond immune challenges, various genetic disorders like polycystic kidney disease, or PKD, characterized by cyst formation, and systemic autoimmune diseases like systemic lupus erythematosus, which causes lupus nephritis, are significant etiologies of chronic kidney disease. These conditions often have specific molecular pathways of disease progression. The management of chronic kidney disease extends beyond dialysis or transplant to address numerous complications. Anemia, common in CKD, is treated with erythropoietin-stimulating agents and iron. Renal osteodystrophy, a bone disease, arises from disrupted calcium, phosphate, and vitamin D metabolism, requiring careful dietary management and medication. Cardiovascular disease remains the leading cause of death in CKD patients, necessitating aggressive management of blood pressure and lipids. Looking ahead, research is exploring revolutionary solutions like wearable and implantable artificial kidneys, which integrate living kidney cells with artificial membranes and regenerative medicine approaches. These innovations hold the promise of significantly improving the quality of life and survival for patients with kidney failure, pushing the boundaries of medical science and engineering. You've absorbed a lot of advanced information. Now, let's put your knowledge to the ultimate test with the first 5 questions from our hardest level. These questions demand a deep understanding of the principles and intricate details we've just covered. Analyze each option carefully and select the most precise answer. Let's continue to challenge your expertise with the remaining 5 questions from the hardest level. These questions will further probe your understanding of the complex aspects of excretory disorders, including advanced treatments and future directions. Think critically and apply all the competitive insights you've gained. You're doing great. That brings us to the end of our comprehensive session on disorders of the excretory system. We've covered everything from basic definitions to advanced competitive insights. I hope you found this journey insightful and empowering for your NEET preparation. For more such in-depth educational content, practice questions, and expert guidance, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for continuous learning. Keep striving for excellence, and we'll see you in the next session.